Hi, I'm Brian Albert. Resumes, the one-way ticket to Employmentville. Who hasn't spent endless nights obsessing over every minute detail of their resume in the hopes that the demigods and demagogues of Hollywood might notice them and maybe even consider hiring them to bring them coffee and schedule late-night trips to the Bahamas? I spent the past 3 years of my life tweaking and refining my resume until I was able to find a 10-week internship in Hollywood and then become unemployed. This could be your life too. Disclaimer, I am in no way a resume expert. I'm just a guy who's written a lot of resumes, talked to a few recruiters, and even had to do some hiring myself, but I'm in no way saying that there is a definitive formula for the perfect resume. But we can try. Anyone who's ever built a house before or is aware of any form of metaphor knows that no amount of ornamentation or decoration can make up for a lack of structure. Resumes are no different. The most preferred way of structuring a resume is chronological. You list everything in reverse chronological order, going from most recent to least recent. There's gotta be a better way to say that. There's also functional structuring, which focuses mostly on your soft skills and technical skills over your job experience, which is kind of weird because like resumes are about showing off your job experience. So no one really uses this one, but it exists for some reason, so I guess we gotta talk about it. At the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is that your resume is easy to skim and that an ATS can easily read it. What's an ATS? I'm getting to it. ATS refers to applicant tracking systems, which is basically fancy speak for computer tells you whether or not you're a waste of time. There are plenty of resources online that check whether or not your resume is ATS accessible, so you can probably look that up. I put some stuff in the doobly-doo below. But honestly, if you just like pull up your resume in a PDF reader like Adobe Acrobat and just make sure that the text is highlightable and like you can Control F and find words, yeah, you're pretty much golden. If your resume's not doing that, just pull up Adobe Acrobat or whatever PDF reader, edit it, make sure that everything is highlightable, close it, save it. Bada bing, bada boom, you got yourselves an ATS scannable resume. It really kind of depends on the job, but there are a few things that you should definitely include. Your name, because you're the one trying to get the job, and not like Dick Drimbles or something. Unless that's your name, then I'm sorry. Your contact information, email, phone number, website if you have one. If you don't have a website, just use your LinkedIn account. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, get one. Idiot. I'm sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have called you an idiot, but you should definitely get a LinkedIn account. Experiences. Again, put in whatever order you like. Reverse chronological is most common. Then under each job, list what you did, how you did it, and when you did it. Active verbs like coordinated and arranged and delegated are like really good ideas for things to put here. Also specific numbers. So if you worked on a comedy writing team, then you could say, oh, I collaborated with a team of 12 to pitch story and joke ideas. There you go. But I don't have film experience. I've never been a PA. Have you ordered pizza? Have you gotten someone coffee? Then you've done like half the things PAs do. You're golden, just put that down. If you don't have any direct film, TV, or animation experience, that's fine. Just include anything that's sort of relevant. Clubs, extracurriculars, internships, anything that shows that you didn't just sit around on your little bum all day and wait for the job to arrive. Skills. Technical skills are a must. Certifications you have, software you know, stuff like that. Soft skills like listening and communication aren't as important because they're sort of implied by your job experiences section, but you can list them if you have the room. It just sort of shows how much of a type A personality you are. It's our friend ATS again. What are you doing here, little buddy? Are you looking out for specific keywords that may or may not also be in the job description? You won't tell me. Listen to you, little shit. You tell me what the fuck you're doing here. I swear to whatever sick creator created you that I'm gonna squeeze the information out of your little... Make sure you leave important keywords peppered throughout your resume. It's like leaving little snacks for our friend ATS to snack on while he peruses your resume. Right, buddy? It's actually a really good idea to make different resumes for the different jobs you're applying for. I have different resumes for my screenwriting jobs, animation jobs, and scripted development jobs because they're very different jobs. They're different skills. But even on top of that, it's actually kind of a good idea to make different resumes based on specific job listings. Some recruiters will have really specific things listed in the job description if they have one. So if they ask for juggling experience and you were a clown one summer, it'd be a pretty good idea to put that on your resume for that job. But if one job description says, I hate jugglers, I hate clowns, clowns need not apply. First off, they're a bigot. Second off, don't put clown experience on your resume because in that case, they're the clown. At this point, you're gonna have a few resumes floating around, which is great. Just make sure that you proofread the heck out of them and then name it something reasonable, like your last name, your first name, and then whatever job you're applying for. And then you're done, right? Wrong! Just like your portfolio, your resume isn't just something you set and forget. It's something that you should always be updating as you learn new skills and experience new things. You don't necessarily have to create a completely new resume after you do a thing, but definitely keep track of what you accomplish so that when it comes time to write a new resume, you don't have to think about it. This is my first resume from when I started off at SCAD. And yes, that is a Microsoft Word template. And then I eventually graduated to this guy, which is not a Microsoft Word template. And here's my resume as of September 2023. As you can tell, it's like super different now, so I'm gonna guide you through it and my thought process of doing it. At the very top is my header. It has my name and my very specific title. Right now it's a story artist, which is perfect if I'm applying to a storyboarding job, but if I was applying to a screenwriting job, I would actually switch that out with screenwriter. On the right side, I have my contact information. I have left them out because I don't want to be doxxed, but I do have my website there. If you're using Adobe Illustrator, if you just do www. and then whatever your website is, it'll actually turn it into a hyperlink if you export it, which is really nice. You don't have to do anything extra. As you can see, I have these vertical lines and horizontal lines here. Those are the guides in Adobe Illustrator. That helps me like line stuff up because you want everything to be like super duper nice and aligned because you're an artist. And if you don't have an eye for that, then why are you doing this? I start off with my education just to show that I am getting my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation with my minor in dramatic writing. I even gave a little list of courses of studies because, you know, all art schools are different. No art school is the same. So they gotta know what I studied while I was here, right? After I graduate, I'm gonna take that off. Gives me more room for things, but if I'm applying to jobs now while I'm still in school, they should probably know what I did for 4 years. Next, I have my work experience. This is specifically things I got paid for, but as I said earlier, it doesn't have to be anything to do with film. Like, I have my waiter job on here. Follow that up with software that I know, Final Draft, Storyboard Pro, stuff like that. I would also, if you have any, put any certifications that you have. So if you're like Adobe certified or like Toon Boom Harmony certified, I'd put that in there as well. I have my collaborative projects, so these are things that I didn't get paid for, but I did have a role in. Teaser trailer is actually the capstone film that I'm working on right now. So if you want to check that out, its link is in the doobly-doo. Follow it up with achievements and any sort of like charity work that I did. And then I link to my portfolio site again at the very bottom. As you can see, it's like super simple. Like it's not that complicated, but the little details are what make it matter. Everything is on brand, everything is themed, the colors are consistent, the fonts are consistent. I even went through each individual line and kerned the text, like the spacing between letters, manually to make sure that it looked as good as it possibly could. Because honestly, recruiters are gonna be looking at this at such a quick glance that if it kind of looks like you're bad look for the art and design major. Great, we know all about resumes now. Now I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. But Mr. Balbert Animation, you just spent the past few minutes telling me about how to make a great resume. Why are you now telling me that it doesn't matter? Because when it comes to entertainment, it's who you know, which sounds really pessimistic, but assuming that you stay connected with people online or at your school, wherever you end up going, your immediate community, your cohort, they're going to be the people rising up the ranks with you. When I was in LA for the past 10 weeks, most of the people that I talked to said that they got their current job because they were friends with someone. Not in like a nepotism way, but in like a, hey, you're kind of cool, I want to vibe with you, but also get paid. Hollywood is basically just one big community of people who all went to college with each other, which sounds like it could be toxic, and sometimes it is, but oftentimes it means you get jobs with cool people that you like. And that's kind of the hardest part about this industry, is that it's not necessarily about the experiences or the perfect portfolio. It's about meeting cool people, getting along with them, and sustaining those good relationships. Half of your job in the entertainment industry is just being friends with people, which sounds scary if you're not a particularly social person, but it's awesome if you end up meeting people who kind of vibe with you. It's not really about the number of contacts you know, it's about the quality of the contacts you know. All in all, does your resume matter? Yeah, but it's not the golden ticket for your job. The golden ticket for your job is not burping during your take. The golden ticket to your next job is you. Plain and simple. But when you're starting out, like I am, a resume is a good start. And that's it. That's all I got. Writing a resume can be confusing and difficult, but at the end of the day, it's about communicating what makes you special. But one stupid piece of paper with a list of things I've done couldn't nearly describe the full, vast life experiences that I've had that led me up to this moment, right? I contain multitudes, and I'm sure you do too. So don't worry about making the perfect resume, because there isn't one. No amount of writing and structure and organization and ATS optimization can truly show someone the amazing person that you are. Instead of worrying about creating the perfect resume that fits some algorithm or someone else's expectations of you, focus on living a life full of experiences that make the words on that piece of paper mean something. Not only will it make your resume look better, you'll be better for it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.